Another episode of With the Chiefs.
Wait. Man, I need more rest.
I hope I've got your last name right there.
It's a very good pronunciation.
You should know better than that now, Dom.
I know.
Testing.
Testing 1, 2.
Testing 3, 4. I think it's working.
Okay, good.
All right, welcome back to another episode of With the Chiefs. Today, we don't actually have Dom. He's gallivanting around Europe at the moment. We have with us Tobias Jacobson. Or you go by a few names, don't you?
Depends who you ask, yeah.
Yeah. Could be Tobias, could be Tobias. His mum likes to call him, or Tobias even.
Yeah. Seems like it's your mum that just gives me the weird nicknames.
We're joined. This is definitely not where I'm staying. This is definitely where Tobias is staying. Well, what's floor are we on?
On the 34th floor?
Yep.
Yeah.
Seems about right.
Yeah.
Flew Qantas as well. You probably hear a bit of background noise. There's a bit of partying going on, but we're gonna.
It's got Rihanna on the background.
Yep. These are not my sunnies as well. We're gonna chat about the Gold Coast half marathon that was today, which you didn't enter.
Which I did not enter, no.
You're just having an off week.
Yeah, I'm just here as a spectator supporting my beautiful fiancée, Kate. So I am...
Good call.
Yeah.
Good
so
call.
I am going to be support crew this weekend.
Yeah, I didn't see you at the start line.
Oh, for the marathon.
Okay.
Just my important athletes I support.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or I probably should tell. Okay, so Tobias is pretty fast as well. His 5k PB is 15:28 at, where was that?
It was in Adelaide. It's a race called Fitzy's 5.
Fitzy's 5?
Yeah.
When was that?
Well, that was a while ago. 2016, I think. Yeah.
Okay, before the war. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a 10k PB of 31:19.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which course was that on?
That was the Sydney 10. Yeah. It's official.
This year?
No, but it was 2 years ago.
Yep, it's official.
That's I'll take it no matter what. So I'm claiming that 31:19 always.
You're not going to let me post this, are you?
Of course I will.
We got a half marathon PB of 71:26. That was at Canberra, which is honest, very honest.
Yeah.
And half marathon PB of 2:37:06, which was last year.
Yeah, last year in Gold Coast.
And that was the debut, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's the first time I've run one. And
Yep.
hopefully I'll get back out there and do another one soon. But
Melbourne.
yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got footage, so.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe you could go to Berlin.
No, not this year.
Not this
Nah.
year. You got a wedding.
Wedding to plan for, so
Yeah. Okay.
more important things. Priorities, I think.
Okay. We normally do training, like a recap of the training week.
Yep.
So what have you been up to?
I have to check my Strava because I'm not sure. To be honest, it's been quite a...
Is this your week? Is this the week where you had a chill week, or?
Yeah, I haven't done much this week.
Okay.
So I'll start back on last Saturday, I think, because I think you caused a bit of controversy last week in saying Saturday long runs.
Oh, you mean
Like-
on the podcast that you only listen to when I talk shit about you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. But yeah, so last Saturday did my long run,
Yep.
which was with you actually.
Yep. What did we do again?
We did we did 1:45, like hour 45, with one lap at the Bay tempo.
Oh, yep.
So-
yep.
Pretty good. I think the tempo was about 3:25 pace towards the end, so
Yep.
solid tempo.
Hold
yeah.
that one closer.
Huh?
You gotta hold it
Oh,
closer.
sorry. Yeah, no, good. So yeah, I think that was not too bad considering where I'm at in terms of my training. I will say Saturday long runs are...
Are you gonna defend this?
Saturday long runs are...
Just
a good
not
thing
when
to-
you want to get pissed.
No,
honest.
I think they're legitimately...
So why haven't you done one in the past 24
I
months?
did one the week before.
No, but before then. I don't think you've logged a...
I think there's a time and a place for a Saturday long run.
Yeah, clearly.
And I probably demonstrated when that time and place is, so that's all good. rest of the week, Sunday last week did just an easy 10K. Then I took 2 days off, just being lazy pretty much.
Yeah.
And then the rest of this week has just been sort of easy hours leading up to today, where I did another 60 along Gold Coast beaches here, which has been really nice and actually good to do something a bit different. So it was good.
Okay.
Pretty not interesting week.
Yeah. Well,
running-wise.
how's overall training been? How's this week compared to?
It's been a bit inconsistent.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't really had a goal to work towards lately.
Yeah.
But like I think probably a couple months ago I was training pretty well and had some pretty good blocks, and we did.
Well,
Sydney
we
10,
did. How'd
Sydney
you go?
10
What was the time again? Sydney
32:39, which I was pretty happy with.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was like I ran it pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, since then I've kind of fallen off the wagon in terms of training. But yeah, I think
No, you can get back on the wagon.
yeah, I think if I can target something like Melbourne,
Yeah.
then maybe they'll probably get a bit more consistency going again.
Yeah, I think if we can both target it, and if you can pull me across the line and get me doing more than 80Ks during 1 week, then that'll be nice as well. Maybe I should give a bit of a recap of my training.
Yeah. It'd be good to also hear how you went today.
Yeah. Well, I'll add that in.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
add that
yeah.
in. Yeah, actually, this race kind of irrelevant if we got race week.
Yeah.
So I think after last week, I was just really trying to recover from the man flu that I had.
Yeah.
I think the chest, when we did the long run on Sunday, it was still a bit.
Saturday.
Saturday, how could I forget that?
Yeah.
See, it's just natural to say Sunday
Yeah,
when I did
true.
the long run
Yeah.
on Sunday. Yeah, but so when I did the long run on Saturday, it was good. I was surprised because I still felt my chest at that point hadn't fully cleared up, but yeah, we still held a decent pace except for at the end. I think you kicked past me at the end, and I was breathing pretty hard, which I was a little bit worried considering Gold Coast was only a week. Only had a week left, but I think I did a session on Tuesday around Gore Hill with Lockie, which was good, but still, I don't know if I'm leaning on the chest as a playing card, get out of jail free card, but it's still like I just didn't feel the same. But then towards Thursday, Friday actually cleared up in perfect time.
Yeah.
Which is good. Then flew into Gold Coast. There was a bit of drama with flights. No drama on Qantas. Was yours delayed?
Delayed a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
About an hour. Yeah. Why, was yours?
No, ours was on time.
Yeah.
Except we got to the airport and we had checked baggage. Mum packed the same bag as I took to Europe for 5 weeks for a 4-day.
Always be prepared.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot of preparation.
That's
serious preparation.
yeah.
Did I mention Dom's not going to be with us? Yes, I said he's gallivanting.
I think so. Yeah.
I can't remember. Sorry, I just thought of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did.
people aren't
I'm pretty sure you did. Yes.
Maybe people aren't expecting him to be
So-
like, oh,
To be honest, I don't listen to you, so I'm not sure what you've said so far.
we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. Obviously, I do a bit of training with Tobias, and he just tunes me. How do you deal? Okay, firstly, what's the talk to the ratio of talking between us two?
Yeah.
And what's going through your mind when I'm talking on a long run, for example? When you got 2 hours out there with me, what's?
I like to think that generally I'm a listener and take things in and take in information. It's
Yeah.
a challenge when I'm running with you for a couple hours to learn new things. But
Would you say that you've gotten a bit more resilient?
definitely,
Yeah. Which is training.
yeah. It's like I go into the hurt locker just to listen to your ramblings for 2 hours.
You
So
should listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why I can't listen to the podcast. Pretty much get it
You're
out
gonna
on a daily basis.
You're gonna have to listen to this one.
Yeah.
Where was I? I'm up to the race.
Really.
Yeah.
Talk about the race. Yeah.
Flew in, no dramas. Luckily, there was scares. Apparently, wind was a little bit all over the place in Sydney, but I think most people got across okay. This morning the weather was good. It was like 10 degrees, pretty cold, not too cold. Minimal wind.
Yeah. Was there any way like tailwind or headwind, or was it just you couldn't really tell the difference based on which way you're running?
Typically I'm not that observant.
Yeah, but you would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we had a tailwind on the way back.
Okay.
Yeah, on the way back. I know that because Lockie mentioned it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
No, I did feel it a little bit, but anyway, we got started off. It was first K was 3:18.
Did you have a plan, like what pace you wanted to run at?
Yeah, 3:25s
Yep.
or stick with Lockie pace.
Yep.
So I knew Lockie. I talked on Tuesday with Lockie about what pace he wanted to go at. I think so we went out a little bit quick. I think GPS was pretty accurate, but it was saying at 3:23 at first, but I think it was like 1 or 2 seconds off.
Yeah.
Started okay. Obviously feeling good in the early stages, which is good, and then went through 5K about 17 minutes.
It's pretty
pretty
good.
good.
Much bang on, right?
Yeah, pretty much bang on. But I was kind of in no man's land with
Didn't have anyone.
because there was a pack ahead, which was about 72 minutes,
Yep.
and then there was a pack behind. I assume 73-minute pace.
Yeah.
And so I ran alone-ish to about 8K, and then basically the people from behind caught up. I wasn't going to surge. There's no chance. I probably would have hurt myself trying to get up there. We had Chris on the bike and Ant as well on the bike. I think Chris kind of looked at me like, you're in no man's land, but he was obviously just supportive, so thank you. And then
I doubt he was cheering at you.
no, he wasn't going.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. He's obviously very supportive and
Yeah.
saying looking good. And
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, which was good. And then sort of 10K came around. Was still feeling okay, but I think I always knew the pace was going to drop, and it did. But I think I kept it sort of like 3:27s ish.
Yep.
Which is pretty even. Then, as it always does, sort of 12, 13 Ks, it starts hurting, and you got to just try and dig into a pace. Had someone next to me working with me, which is good.
Yep.
And then 15 Ks, he sort of just took off, left me for dead. And then, as I was fading, people just started zooming past, but I managed to hold on okay. I was always worried about fading like really hard, like running 340s, 345s.
Yeah.
Towards the end, I definitely
It
lost.
seems like it was pretty consistent.
Yeah, it was pretty consistent.
I guess my one question to you is,
Here we go.
what's it like to out-sprint an Australian marathon legend at the end of the race? Because you overtook Steve Monaghetti. And I think it was a bit of a hero run
flex.
where you just started sprinting just to pass him to make sure you got the win.
Look, I did hit the legs pretty hard.
Yeah.
I can't say I didn't notice it was Steve Monaghetti.
Yeah.
But you can't compare a 60-year-old running.
Can't compare you to Steve Monaghetti.
No, you definitely can't. I'm going to cut that for sure.
No. Keep that.
Steve obviously had a great race.
Yeah, he did.
I ran... Anyway, thanks for that segue, Tobias. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I was on the telly, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on the broadcast
How'd
towards
it
the
look?
end. Well, I missed the bit where you sprinted, but it was probably the last 300 metres, saw you just about 5 metres behind Monaghetti, and then when I saw the results, you were incredibly in front of him, so it must have been a fair dash there.
It was a fair dash.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was loud cheering
Yeah.
when we were crossing, but I realised it was for
Not for you,
it was
yeah,
not for me.
yeah.
It's definitely not for me. It was for Mr. Steve.
He's probably breaking a world record or something. And
Yeah.
you're just,
And I was like, yeah, the crowd's awesome. Yep, not for you, Luke.
Yeah.
But it was a good race, 73 flat, which is I'm very happy with that considering the training.
What's your PB?
72:48.
It's pretty
So
good.
pretty close.
Yeah.
Obviously, I ran 72:54 last year, so I'm pretty much just straight. Like I've essentially maintained for a year.
Yeah.
So obviously that suggests I need to probably pick up a bit and do things differently. But I think last year I made a lot more fitness gains than this year because I was doing obviously training with a coach. Was a lot more regimented, had a lot more consistency. But overall, it was good. It was a really good race. I think, it was better weather this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's like I think last year was quite humid and overcast and a lot of rain, so it's really like much better just have that sort of drier sort of conditions and less wind as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Any other questions about the race? Now you're
No.
interviewing.
No, it's a good result. I think based on the consistency of your training recently, I think that's pretty good. Like I think it shows you got a fair bit of improvement, so that's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good place to be,
appreciate
right?
Yeah, that's kind of words that I thought were gonna happen.
There was a dig though about your training not being consistent.
Yeah. That's fair. All right. Well, we do have a guest here today, so we'll go into a bit about Tobias. When did you start running, and how'd you get into it? That sort of thing.
Yeah, so I started running in first year uni.
Yep.
I won't say what year that was.
What year was that?
No, I'm not going to say what year that was because
Okay.
it was not recently.
Okay.
So I was doing a lot of swimming at the time.
Yeah.
And kind of got over getting up at 4 a.m. to go to swimming training. I was a terrible swimmer, but
Did you just grind through it?
yeah, like I did it because my brother did it. So my brother was like a state champion butterflyer and went to nationals and stuff, and I was just there, just not doing very well in swimming.
Yeah.
But I got over it, so I wanted to keep fit.
Yep.
So pretty much, my other brother did some running. He said you should do this race, and I was like, okay, I'll do a bit of training for that. So
Wait, how big was your swimming background? Like, were you swimming all through high school?
Yeah, I didn't. I swam up until like I was about 12 or 13, then took a couple of years off, then went back to swimming sort of year 11 at high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had a big base of swimming.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was not very good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you, as in, you're obviously still decent, but because I don't understand swimming, so like
No, like I would like compete locally, but like not like be of any note. Like it just But I did it just to keep fit anyway.
Yeah.
And then I was just over the training because it's actually quite time consuming. Like it's
what's
each
a
training
typical...
session sort of like 2 hours, and then you got to be in the gym 4 or 5 times a week, and so just
how's it compared to like a running week, for example?
Yeah, so you probably, I reckon, running I can do like 5, 6, maybe 7 hours of running, and then maybe like twice in the gym.
Yep.
But swimming, you're doing probably 9 sessions, 2 hours a session, so that's 18 hours swimming sessions, and then another 4 or 5 hours in the gym a week. So
9 sessions?
Yeah.
Why?
Just the way it is. I don't know.
Is that established or just yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so I got over that and then started to do something else and wanted to keep fit, so I took up running.
Yep.
First sort of race I did was the City to Bay. So I'm originally from Adelaide, so I did the City to Bay in Adelaide, which is kind of like the City to Surf, just not on the same scale.
Yep. What, how many? Few, like 70,000 less people?
I think there's like maybe like 15,000 people doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
So it's a decent sized event, but I did it the first year, and I think I did like 12k race, and I ran 50 minutes, which was like 4:15k pace.
Yeah.
It was like 6 weeks of running I'd done before that. I was like,
4:15k pace.
Yeah.
After That's all.
That's
all the training.
Yeah,
As in,
yeah. So
that's good.
I was like, this is actually not too bad.
Yep.
Felt okay about it. So then
Yep.
I just started every day just getting out and just
Jogging.
running. Yeah, just do it. And then for like the first 3 or 4 years, I was just going out and running. Like
Yep.
I wouldn't have any like training or sessions or anything like that. I would just run.
Just running,
Yeah, so I'd
yeah.
be like, okay, today I'm just going to run 40 minutes or for an hour or whatever.
Were you doing easy or were you
I wouldn't know what you would
Yeah.
call it. It would be what we'd probably say steady.
Steady.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like, I would never know what easy was or anything. It would just be a like one pace, but it was always like probably like 4 minute K pace, right?
Yeah.
Just always. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I started to get a lot of injuries. So
Right.
off the back of like getting a stress fracture on my foot, I decided I should probably try and get some sort of coaching or something like that.
Yeah. Wait,
And-
you got a stretch fracture pretty early then?
Probably, this was probably 3 or 4 years into running.
Wait, so you were just jogging
Yeah.
for that long?
For that long, yeah. And I'd go do some races and stuff, but
Yeah.
and I was improving, but I still didn't have any sort of train. Like I wouldn't do any sessions. Like
Right.
I wouldn't even know like a interval session was or like
So you
threshold or fartlek. Like I knew nothing.
so you never stumbled onto like YouTube or any like session based stuff?
Nah, I just
Nah,
got
you
them
just
running. Yeah,
you just enjoyed running.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Did that. Yeah, till I got a pretty decent injury, and
Yep.
then I was like, I should probably try and get some coaching.
Yeah.
Ended up going to some strength and conditioning guy, and
To do your program.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
And after doing that for a few months, he realized I was probably like too good a runner for him to sort of, because he wasn't really like a specialist running, but he put
Yeah.
me in contact with a running group in Adelaide called Team Tempo, and
Oh, yeah.
and they're coached by Adam Didyk, who's one of the Australian marathon coaches now, so
Yep.
distance running coaches. And that was pretty fortunate to,
Yeah.
start getting some coaching from someone who's,
Yeah.
quite,
Knows what they're doing.
know what they're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
And
What
quite an
I'm
experienced
curious
coach.
what the strength and conditioning guy what did he try and schedule?
Because he was a AFL, he was at an AFL, like SNFL club as a
Right.
coach,
Yep.
as a strength and conditioning coach, and it would be like 400s and 100s and like 150 sprints and stuff like that. So it was
Nice.
it was good, but it wasn't like what I really was looking for.
Yeah, so it's
Um,
probably an improvement,
yeah.
obviously still on what you
Yeah,
were doing.
because I wasn't doing anything like that.
Yeah.
So, so then I was with Team Tempo for probably 3 or 4 years
Yep.
doing that. Then I took a couple of years off from training mainly.
Why
I
is
started full-time work and just like I'd still run, but I wasn't really doing any like coaching, like being coached at all or anything
Yep,
like that.
yep.
So,
So just jogging around.
yeah.
But at that point, you obviously had experience with a program.
Yeah,
and
understood, like, yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
How did they schedule? How did they sort of?
Yeah, so they would do like 3 sessions a week on a long run. So
Yep.
they would do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday sessions, and then a long run on Sunday.
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
And I can't actually remember like what the actual
What they
type
were.
of sessions were like. But yeah, they were like really good like runners, like some really good like Jess Denson was in that group, and she's an Olympic marathoner.
Yeah.
Madeline Heiner is also a Olympic steeplechaser. So like there's like you got exposure to like some pretty high level runners, even though I was like just a weekend jogger pretty much. Just like but it was really it was quite cool to be in that group. In that,
Yeah, I
in
imagine
that,
it would be,
environment.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
What times were you running by the end of that stint with them?
Yeah, can't remember. I think I was probably like I could hold like maybe like 33 10k. I think I would have been running at that stage.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Pretty quick progression.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 How
How much do you speculate the swimming base had to do with it? I imagine it would help drastically.
I don't know. Like
drastically.
it was good because it probably just had an aerobic base to start with, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Like
think
you're
that-
building.
yeah.
You had your engine sort of
Yeah.
going.
yeah. In terms of though, like running, I don't know how much it translated. Probably as detrimental because I've got like slightly bigger upper body just from like a swimming
from
background.
swimming so
Yeah,
much,
yeah.
yeah,
Rather
okay.
than a runner's build, natural runner's build. But
Yeah.
like, that's probably the main difference. Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, obviously, you enjoyed running a lot
Oh.
more than swimming.
Yeah.
Can't compare it.
No, I swam because it was something like it was, my brother did and we were doing, so like it was just something I did. Running is something I picked up myself and
Yeah.
started really enjoying, and then just did by myself, and it was like, enjoyed that, just going out and going for a run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that it's a long time to swim. Like, yeah, but I guess you do that through school and stuff like that.
Exactly.
You just keep it rolling.
Yeah.
And then you took some time off.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the years. It was probably 2014, 2015. I didn't really run that much.
Yep.
Then 2016, I was like, I wanted to start running again.
Yeah.
Started getting coaching by another guy from Adelaide, Matthew Fennick. He's a really good runner himself. He ran a 2:28 marathon at some stage before carbon shoes as well. So that's a legit 2:28,
yeah,
right? Like, and yeah, he was a great coach for me. Like, got me probably to the fittest I'd been at any stage.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got down to a 31:10K under his training as well. Not as quick as 31:19, but just under 32. And yeah, he was really good for me to get back into like enjoying like doing the training again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that was what got me back into it. Then in 2017, I moved to Sydney from Adelaide, so no longer had a running group or a coach. I actually didn't train that much 2018 or 2019.
Right.
Um,
When did you join
Delta?
Delta, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was August 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was just after a lot of the COVID lockdowns, and
Oh, yeah.
I was started getting into some training, and I was doing some laps around Gore Hill,
Gore Hill,
and ran into
Jerome. Yes.
And
Was it a Tuesday?
I don't know what that was actually,
Okay.
but
Okay. Did
he
see
was just
you
out there by
flying?
himself though, so I don't know what he was doing out there. But
Jerome, what the? He's recruiting.
yeah, pretty much.
He's
I
recruiting.
think so. I was just doing a training session out there by myself, and he came over to me and just started chatting to me. And
Did he have his Delta singlet on?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay.
And he, yeah, so he just asked me like if I had a running group, and I didn't at the time. And he's like, "Oh, you should join this group. I run Delta." And I was like,
Yep.
"Okay, cool." And then by the time I'd got home, I'd got an invite on Strava and a message from him on Instagram to start, because the salesman in him was all over it. And then yeah, from there I pretty much joined Delta, and Jerome coached me for a good year after that.
Yep.
And he really got me into probably, I think, the best shape I have been at any stage.
Yep. Yep. Was this the glorious time when you ran 20, 31...
31, 19.
That's,
yeah,
okay,
that was like, yeah.
When I went back and stalked your Strava,
Yeah, that's it,
and
yeah.
messaged you on WhatsApp, and like, wow.
Yeah, so I think he put together, I really liked the program he put together.
Yep.
And the other thing was I was just consistent, like in terms of how I trained for pretty much 9 months, like through that period.
What was your mileage?
I'd say probably 110 to 120 Ks a week. Like it
And
wasn't
consistent?
Yeah, just every week. And it wasn't like I'm not a big mileage guy, and I don't think I'll ever will be. But
Yeah.
that the way his program was set up was perfect for me, and probably helped me get to the shape I was in.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was the outline? What was the outline of? Obviously not. Don't have to dig into everything, but
No.
Yeah. What was the structure?
So it was, it would probably be like 5 sessions over a fortnight. So you would do Tuesday session,
Gore Hill.
Gore Hill.
Were you hitting Gore Hill as well?
Yeah, I was living in the area, like around Gore Hill that
That's
time.
right.
So it was just so convenient to go out to the Delta sessions on Tuesdays at Gore Hill.
Who were you running with then?
I mean, Delta's a lot bigger now
Yeah.
than what it was when I was doing those sessions then.
With
But it was-
Alex?
Alex was there, Matt Ho,
Yep.
Ryan Fisher. They're the main ones I would have been training with
Okay.
during that stage, I think.
Yep.
And then, so you do Tuesday, then do MLR, like Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Sort of 75, 90 minutes.
Yep.
Friday, do another session on a Friday. I was doing them at Gore Hill as well. mainly by myself. Like not a lot of people were going out to Gore Hill on Fridays, but
Yep.
I was still doing them and getting out and doing them properly.
It's good on just keeping the legs cushioned.
Yeah.
As well.
Then Sunday you just do the long run,
Yep.
and every second Sunday you just do a session within the long run, so long tempos and stuff like that. So that was the main way that program worked. And it wasn't high mileage, but it worked for me. So
Yeah. So that's when, did you run all your PBs during that time?
if I'd run all the distances I wanted to run during that time, I would have definitely run all my PBs.
Yeah.
But I didn't run any 5Ks or marathons then, so
Okay.
I think 5K would have definitely, like my PB would have been.
Yeah, and you were.
I would have been
gearing
tracking
up.
I would have been targeting that sort of 15-minute mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you were at. Yeah. Okay. Because what's 31:19 is pretty serious. That's like, what average pace is that?
I think it was 308s or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would have been getting close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, leading into Melbourne.
Yep.
You're gonna have to. We're gonna do some live advice and coaching. So what would you fix? What would you fix about the way I've been training? Yeah, and how would you then structure? How would you then structure a program? What do you reckon?
Well, I would structure a program on what I know works for me.
Yeah.
So, whether it works for you, I'm not sure. The first thing I would say is you need to get a lot more consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the thing that sticks out?
Yeah, because I think really for you, if you're consistent, you'll improve.
Yeah.
So, like, whether or not you do 3 sessions a week or 2 sessions a week, like, if you're just doing it week in, week out, and you're doing your long runs, like, you're going to get there.
Yeah.
So, like, today, I think if you'd done that for 12 weeks leading in, you're probably running a 71.5 marathon out here.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that's going to be, like, what's going to help you probably leading into Melbourne and help me leading into Melbourne.
Yeah.
Is just focusing on getting consistent, doing it week in, week out for the entire block.
How come you stayed so consistent in that block? And because you're obviously still working full time and stuff like that.
To be honest, I don't know. Like,
So
it was just just how it just felt good, and I was running well. I wasn't injured.
Yep.
Because like I'm constantly at the moment running with Achilles problems. It's sort of like you're just sort of like don't really know if I feel like going out and having a run today. Like,
Yep.
But I was just in a good space. Work was going well. Wasn't injured. Could just get out there and run and I think being around Gore Hill and going out Delta all the time, just was just sort of motivated.
Yep.
So I think that's probably the key.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just lost my train of thought.
It's good. It's good. It's strange for you.
I'm distracted. It seems much darker with these glasses.
Yeah, it
on.
does. Yeah. So what is going to be your approach to Melbourne?
For
then?
Melbourne,
Yeah.
okay. Good question.
Yeah.
I think we're going to focus on consistency.
You'd hope so.
Yeah. No, I think like last year, leading into Melbourne, I was a lot more consistent. Obviously, that's the benefit of being coached, and also being coached by someone like Sally that's very regimented.
Yep.
Has a really good structure, and I think the program definitely helps a lot. But I was more in that headspace then, and then obviously I just wanted to take some time to just do a little bit. But I'm definitely more motivated to sort of put together a good block. So consistency, hopefully. It's one of the hardest things is literally consistency is probably the hardest thing.
Yeah.
With work, like with things at work, and
Yeah.
so hopefully there's not too much. Probably reduce. I don't know. Boozing doesn't help. because you got to get out for your son. Oh, unless we do the Saturday long run, you can get
I'd
out.
probably suggest we don't
No,
do
'cause
Saturday
it's
long
gonna make
runs.
it worse.
Yeah. Do Sunday.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
going to make it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, just build up. I would say I need to build up, on top of being consistent, I need to build up more, just a bit more mileage. So say hitting 110, maybe 100, 110, something like that, or I don't know.
I reckon for marathon, probably at least 120 a week.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then long runs, some solid long runs.
Yeah.
What's your view on like long run sessions? So those bigger, are you sort of keen on doing like a 23k marathon tempo, or what would you normally suggest for those sort of workouts?
I don't love long marathon pace workouts, but I could like 3x7k or
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Yeah.
Or just do like a 12k tempo within it, rather than doing, I don't know, it's just my personal preference. But
so build up, because you do probably can build up just a bit more easy or steady.
yeah.
Okay, talk to me about steady versus easy. I've never seen you run a kilometre slower than 5 minute pace. What's your beef with this is I turn into ABC journalist, political. What's your beef with 5 minute kilometres?
Yeah, I just don't see the point in them.
That's a big call, because there's so many different people. Yeah, you don't like. Okay, that's because you're wearing super shoes. For every
we'll
talk about that soon. Okay, all right.
So even if I wasn't wearing super shoes, I just can't run slower than like a 4:45k.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sit well with me.
Okay.
Like it just
because you don't enjoy it, or
Yeah,
because you don't
I just-
believe in it.
Bit of both. I just don't know the benefit of it. It
Okay.
just doesn't like. I don't know. I might as well go for a walk.
Come on, mate.
This might be controversial to people. These views on the 5 minute k. But
Well, I
just-
like slower Ks, and then you sort of semi-berate me if
Yeah.
I'm running like a 5:30 pace.
yeah,
What
definitely.
about blood flow and just like chilling
Yeah, if it's a genuine recovery, like post race, but
post race,
Yeah,
not
post-race.
like post workout?
no, post I reckon running should be steady and not easy, and you should be
Okay.
yeah.
Talk to me for someone that's a bit slower. Like what? So it's just relative.
It's relative, so it's
Yeah.
not so. Yes, it's
Because
relative.
you're about to
Yes.
send some people out on 4:45. You'd be like, I want to run like
relative
Tobias.
to. So yeah, whatever your marathon pace is, like within a minute of your marathon pace should be your slowest running pace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof. Experts are going to be going, all right.
I might
No,
set a
that's-
new.
No, it's common. That's
Yeah.
common. Like a lot of, in the Jack Daniels program as well, they suggested like you're not running that easy. Well, as in you're not running like super, super, super easy. But
Yeah.
if it's a pure recovery run, then yeah. But
Yeah.
I guess if it just whatever works.
I would just also like say no one should take my advice as coaching advice
Yeah,
because
you-
I am not a trained coach.
Yeah. Well, you always tell me, mate, do whatever you want, because
Yeah.
I always low key am almost getting a program off you without paying for. Oh, you're going to start sending me an invoice just like Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to
okay.
be
Yeah.
quite a sizable one.
Yeah. And then, all right. So, what are some of the staple sessions? Because we've done some pretty ripper sessions. So like your Tuesday and your Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of the ones that you like?
I really enjoy a 30-minute tempo.
Yep.
Like just
Jerome loves that one as well.
30-minute tempo is a really good session just to see where you're at.
Yep.
And it's a good if you do one at 3:20 pace, you're feeling good. If you
Yep.
do one at 3:35, you're like, oh, I'm in
Yeah.
struggle town right now and I'm well off where I should be.
Yeah.
If I want to find out where I'm at, I'll do a 30-minute tempo.
Yep.
K reps, just, they're bread and butter.
Yeah.
I think we did 8x1K a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Off 75.
Yeah, that was a good session.
We kept it. You
Just-
like to keep it threshold, right?
That was a threshold one, so
Yeah.
we're sort of hitting between 310 and 315. off 75 seconds, and that just felt good out on Gore Hill.
Yep.
Trying to think what.
Well, we did another one, really good one, with like a tempo, 1K reps. But
yes,
like
yeah. So that's a really good session. That's a session I got from Matt Fennick when I was still being coached by him in Adelaide, and that it's called lactate clearance session.
Yep.
And it's like you do 1K at 1K interval pace with 500 meters float. So it's essentially like 5 by 1500 continuous as 1K hard 500 float.
Yep.
That's a really good, that's a session I enjoy.
Yeah. That was good. I enjoyed that. I'm surprised how much you can sort of recover even going at that float pace.
Yeah.
Which is good. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, and I think like a lot of my training is tempo work.
Yeah. We don't do a lot of VO2 max.
No, but I wouldn't mind bringing a bit more into it, especially when I'm going to start targeting like 5 and 10K races. I'd need to do a bit more of that. But a lot of this year has been a lot of just threshold workouts, right? Threshold tempo workouts. So.
Yeah, when you were in that sort of peak zone, getting coached by Jerome, were you doing much speed work?
Yeah, actually, it was quite a few 400 sessions, and he does like the Gore Hill laps where you just do laps of Gore Hill, like 15 by 1 lap of Gore Hill. Pretty good. Just doing 200s at the end of each session as well. Doing like 1K is actually pretty hard as well, just sort of off 90 seconds, trying to hit around that 3-minute pace.
Yep.
Trying to think back that far now, but there was a lot more harder sessions than what I've been doing.
Yeah. Jerome, because I think Dom actually makes similar points around when he was actually really fit. I think that's when he ran 32 flat.
Yeah.
Was then he was on getting coached and was actually doing a lot of speed, a lot of like lactic stuff. But Dom has a lactic, like he's a pretty fast 800 meter runner from back in the day.
Yep.
So he's got that. He's always got that speed. All right, mate. What about shoes?
It's probably another controversial area.
Yeah, this is another one where first we shit on 5-minute Ks, and now, well, firstly I walked into his apartment and I was wearing my Nova Blast with jeans, and I got berated for that. But also when I would just wear Nova Blast running.
Yeah.
You don't mind a carbon plate?
No.
How long have you been running in only carbon plated shoes?
Or I reckon 18 months.
Right. When did you flick the switch to carbon plate only? Oh, sorry. Why did you?
I don't know why.
Yeah.
It just sort of happened over a period of time.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, this is so much better than wearing any other shoes.
Even in easy.
Oh, this is why I probably don't run 5-minute Ks. But
yeah.
I'm pretty much, if you see me out running, I'll be in Vaporflies or Alphaflies.
Yep.
Exclusively, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I think after we touched base at Rhodes, and then we started doing a bit of training together, I noticed you were wearing some New Balance, the New Balance like carbon plated shoes.
Yeah, they're training ones though. They're like the Super Comp trainer. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I was like, what are those, mate?
Yeah.
Nova Blast, and you're like, no, I don't do that.
No.
I was like, okay, fair enough. That's okay. What is your go-to is you're liking the Vaporfly 3 at the moment?
Yeah, Vaporfly 3 is a significant upgrade on the Vaporfly 2.
You weren't a fan.
They were okay. They were good.
Yeah.
But I think they've actually made a much better shoe.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Alphafly 2 is a much worse shoe than the Alphafly 1.
What? Like, why?
It's firmer, doesn't have as much pop. It's just a boring shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is Alphafly 1 so good?
It's hard to explain, but that's my that's my race day shoe.
Yeah. Those are great.
Yeah. So it's just you hit a pace and you don't even no matter how bad you're feeling, you'll still continue to hit that pace in those shoes, and it's just sort of it's unusual feeling, right? Like you just any other shoe you'd start feeling bad and your pace would drop away, but now for Flies it just doesn't.
Yeah. I think, I wish I could find a pair. I mean, you can find them, but they're so expensive. They're like $400 or something.
Go on StockX or something like that.
StockX.
Yeah.
It seems like a scam. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
But I don't
No,
trust it.
it's hard to find them anyway.
Yeah.
So I've got a box still, a pair in the box that just still to come out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dom normally goes through like a little checklist of what do you do for gear and nutrition and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you got a Garmin.
Yes, I do.
Do you think a lot about your watch and stuff?
I'm trying to think. No, it's Garmin 245.
245.
Yeah.
But you're not big into.
It gives me my pace and the distance. That's all
Okay. Are you,
I'm not going off power.
No,
So,
no, I know you're not.
So that's all I need, and
Yeah.
it does the job, and it's relatively good.
Yeah.
And I don't run around a track, so I don't need sort of track mode or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's
As
does
long
the
as
job.
it tracks, as long
Yeah.
as it tells you your pace, that's it.
Yeah.
And nutrition wise, what's the diet? What's the diet look like? What do you feel good?
Yeah.
eating, that sort of thing.
I got a very poor diet.
You do?
Yeah, it lacks vegetables. So, but
Nutella.
yeah, it's
The-
my pre-run go-to is
Nutella?
big spoonful of Nutella.
That's actually, I want to try that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but generally my diet's poor.
Yeah. Lots of carbs or is it a bit all? It's
It's just all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't really think about it too much.
Yeah.
It's probably why I'm not an elite athlete.
I mean,
Probably one of the many reasons why I'm not an elite athlete.
Okay. I thought it was just diet.
No, yeah. If I got that right, you never know. I'd be at the Olympics. But yeah, it's probably so poor I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. It's one of those diets where I don't even know if I don't really think about it either. Like, I
No.
have pasta,
Yeah.
stir fry,
Yeah.
and whatever mum's cooking.
Yeah. And that's probably better than what I eat.
Yeah.
The old heat and eats.
I don't know how long doesn't tell me how long we've been recording
Okay.
for. That's all right.
Or do you want to know my race nutrition as well, or is it?
Yeah,
just-
race nutrition.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
well-
wait, you don't. Yeah, how are gels for you?
I can't do them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just they mess with the guts too much. So in the marathon last year, I pretty much did the Morton drink for as much as I could.
Yeah.
And I just took some sips, but
You didn't take much in.
no, probably not.
Yeah.
No, but yes, I just had the Morton drink at
Yeah.
each of the stations and just took that in and water. That's it.
Yeah.
So, I could probably train myself to get better with nutrition, but yeah, I was only doing one marathon and didn't do a lot of training leading into it, so
Yeah.
probably didn't have the time to get that right.
Yeah, and for all your other races, it's not like you're doing.
No, 5 and 10K is not really like
It's not relevant.
taking on a gel on a 5K. It's
Yeah.
probably,
Yeah.
probably
You might have a
not
banana.
focused on the right thing, you know.
Yeah, you might have a banana or something. I don't know. Not during.
But race day, or
Yeah.
it'd just be actually just eat Nutella race day.
Really?
Yeah.
And you feel good like that?
Yeah.
And no coffee. That's
Yeah,
another
yeah,
thing.
Yeah, just Nutella. That's
Nutella.
race day. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever tried caffeine for performance enhancing?
No,
No, because
No.
you don't drink coffee at all.
no, I do drink coffee, but just
No,
not
like, okay, very.
proper coffee.
No, don't you have mocha?
Yes, I do.
That doesn't count as coffee.
It's got caffeine in it. It's a
I
coffee.
mean, isn't it like a quarter of a shot?
It doesn't matter.
All right, okay.
God, more
For
controversy.
yeah, more controversy because I'm very caffeined up
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time. All right, well, we've covered a lot.
Yeah.
We normally end the episode on. Oh god, that was a loud car, but hopefully you can't. Anyway, what has been your favourite race, and why?
My favourite race
Yeah.
that I've done, or
Yeah.
just like witnessed.
No. Sorry, I always phrase it like that. Doesn't. It's not really
So
clear.
I probably should have watched the podcast to know what the question was.
Yeah. Well, maybe you can start from this point
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
What's your personally a race that you've entered that you've completed that's been your favourite?
That's a good question. There's probably two. I think the Sydney 10, where I ran the 31:19. Like, I think that was like a good day for me and ran well, so I was happy with that.
Yep.
And the other one was a City to Bay in Adelaide, where I'd set a goal for a long time. It's a 12K course. You wanted to... The big goal there is to run a sub 40-minute there, which is 320K pace. And and it took me a long time and eventually got there and ran a 38:50 something, which is sort of 3:14 pace or something. I was...
that's pretty...
I was pretty happy with that. So
epic.
I took 4 or 5 years of trying to hit that target before I actually got there. So that was one I was pretty happy with.
Yeah, nice. And is it too... I know you've already committed, but is it too early to say that we'll be doing Melbourne together?
It's definitely too early.
Okay, I was going to try to use social pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure.
Peer pressure, yeah. Well, that's always going to be there, but you've got the added... got the camera on you, mate.
Yeah.
So, no, okay, too early.
Too early.
We'll check back in. Yeah, well, thanks for joining.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I'll let you watch the Crows are probably finished at this point.
I hope they're still
I hope
winning.
they won.
I hope they're still winning.
Yeah, you're going to be very upset. And obviously, good luck to Kate.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
I think Kate's been training well, so hopefully she gets the results she's looking for. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping a PB.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Great.
Thanks, mate. Welcome back. Mum just asked not to ask her dumb questions. I don't know how I'm going to go with that. Yeah. How you doing?
Great. Fantastic. Feel good.
All right, so you did the 5K.
5K, yep.
This is the second time you've done it. How did you...
Gold Coast,
at the Gold Coast. And have you done any other? Oh, you've done Melbourne as well. I should know this, shouldn't I? And Canberra, yep. So you sort of... Whenever I'm doing a race, you're a pro, yeah. Yeah. Yes, you're definitely a pro. We should have two mics because no one can hear you right now because I'm holding it, but that's all right. You can probably hear in the background. So how did you find this year versus last year?
Actually, I found it better this year. I didn't feel it was as crowded, the 5K. Yeah. No, I felt it was much better this year.
Okay.
Whether it was more organised, and I was a bit more experienced. So I think that's probably why.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I don't know what to ask you.
You're an idiot.
Well, obviously it was a big PB.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what was your time?
Do I have to really say my time that people will laugh at me? 36 minutes, 5Ks.
Yeah, but what did you do last year?
I can't remember if it was 38 or 39 minutes last year. I really can't remember that.
Again, I should have checked that. Let's just say it was 39 minutes, so it sounds better. How was the weather like compared for you?
Good up until the last probably 1.5 kilometres. Then the sun came out. That's what kills me is the sun. Yeah. I don't like running with the sun.
What was your training like compared to last year? Did you change anything?
No, I trained worse this year.
Trained worse?
Yeah, I did because I don't like running.
You don't like running. This is a running podcast. You know that, right?
But I'm old.
How old are you?
I'm not telling you. Go away. 62.
That's pretty old.
It is. Compared to you young boys, girls.
I've got one microphone. I'm trying to chuck it back and forth. It's not. I should have.
Questions, I'll answer them. Isn't that how it goes? You're supposed to be a professional here.
I'm not a professional. We don't get paid for this, Mark.
No,
We're still. Who should sponsor us? Which company?
I don't know. Who do you think?
Dom wants Tesla, the car company.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
There was a car that was sponsoring ASICS. Where's the bag? The lolly bag. We got.
Any plans? You've conquered the 5K distance.
No.
Any chance?
No.
Any chances?
No.
Any chance?
No. 5Ks is as far as I go.
Okay.
I'm old and my bones will not take it. I enjoy 5 kilometres, but after that, that's it.
Yeah.
The most I've ever run is 7 kilometres. And I enjoy 7, even 7, 8 kilometres, but no, 5 is plenty for a race.
Didn't you want to do UTA, like the 14K?
No. I want to do the City to Surf one year. That's the only one I want to do, but I'll walk it.
What about this year?
Yeah, someone does it with me. I don't want to do it by myself.
Why don't you want to do 10K?
It's too far.
But 14K is further.
Yeah, but I'm going to walk it.
Okay. So no plans of jogging?
No. Definitely not.
Well, that was easy. That was easy.
There's my 10 minutes.
So we're going to do Melbourne?
Melbourne next, yeah. I enjoyed Melbourne, even though it's at 11:30, and if it was as hot as last year, I will not enjoy it. Let's hope it's cold again.
But you enjoy... Well, how did you actually... Because you enjoyed Gold Coast, the overall event last year. How did you find it this year?
Love Gold Coast. Love Gold Coast. Want to come every year.
What was the marathon like?
The marathon was great. Yep. Enjoyed it. Was there to see the first person come in and break the record. Second person came in, broke a record. Third person came in, broke a record. They all broke.
What do you mean break a record?
Well, they all were under 2 hours 9 minutes.
I should do my research.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Well, I know Liam got a personal best.
Yeah.
I thought...
They broke a record there, though.
I don't think so. I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure they run quicker there. All right. Well, I haven't prepared for this, but thank you. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
What time are you going to do in
Melbourne?
Melbourne?
I'm going to aim for 35 minutes.
Okay.
That's good, isn't it?
What are you going to do differently in training?
Not much.
Just more running.
Just a little bit more running.
Well,
I might do more of that fast, slow, what's it called?
the fast slow.
Yeah.
I thought you hated that.
I do. But it does make you faster.
Just for context, what Mum calls fast slow is doing 200. I think I told you to do 200 meter repeats,
Yes.
and then 200 meters faster,
Yep.
and then
I'll probably do 50 metres. Still 200.
yes,
And I die anyway.
and then yeah, but you got to run a bit quicker.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to aim to do 35 minutes, which is quick for me.
Sorry, what I meant is you got to run a bit quicker in training. As in, you can't just keep doing your jogging. You got to do like the little bit quicker. So you do your 200s and then you do 400s. Is that Uncle? Yep, they're calling. Hello. Sorry, we got rudely interrupted. Any last words, Mark?
No.
Nothing.
You're supposed to ask me the questions. I just answer them. Ask me the question. And then I'll answer them.
So we're gonna go quicker. We're gonna go quicker in Melbourne.
Hopefully, yeah.
If I can get an entry.
Oh gosh, I'm still going. Sorry.
Even if I'm not going.
I don't care. I'll go.
Okay.
You come and support me. You can be my pacer with the balloon.
with the 35-minute pacer balloon.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'll be walking. I'll have some. You know those things they used to get up hills.
For laughs, that'd be great.
So now you're hoping I don't get entry.
No, you will get entry.
Okay.
You're too quick.
Sorry,
You're too quick.
Thanks, Mum. All right, we'll end it there.
Well, you're going to aim for 2 hours 30
No.
minutes.
It's okay.
2 hours 29 minutes.
Shh. We'll end it there.
Okay, fair enough.
Thank you for joining. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay.
With the Chiefs. Shame the other Chief's not here. Where are you, Dom?
He's in Europe.
I know, lucky thing.
All right.
Sure
Bye-bye.
he'll hear this, won't he?
Huh?
Dom will probably hear this, won't he?
I think
He'll probably have a good laugh.
All right. See you, everyone. Bye-bye.